Every family has a story. Some stories are whispered, some are forgotten, and some are waiting to be rediscovered. This is the story of my 5 times great-grandfather David Barker and his brother Zebadiah Barker, men who stood at the birth of a nation. A Minuteman, a sergeant, a patriot. His name was Zebadiah Barker. Both born in Methuen, Essex County, Massachusetts, a small colonial town on the edge of a world about to change, they were 2 of many children in a large New England family. The Barkers, descendants of early colonists who carved their lives out of the Massachusetts frontier. Their grandfather, my 7th great-grandfather, called the first town meeting of Methuen and was regarded as one of the town's founders. When the colonies rose against the crown, Zebadiah answered the call. He became a Minuteman, one of the first citizen soldiers ready to fight at a moment's notice. He served under Captain Methuen, Captain David Whittier, and Colonel Thomas Poor, men who led Massachusetts militia units into some of the most decisive battles of the Revolution. In 1777, Zebadiah Barker marched toward a turning point in world history, the Battle of Stillwater, also known as Freeman's Farm, part of the larger Battle of Saratoga. The first major American victory recognized worldwide, convinced France to join the war, often called the battle that saved the Revolution. Zebadiah fought in the thick of it, a Massachusetts soldier standing against the British advance. This wasn't just a battle, it was the moment the impossible began to look possible.
Some are starting to wonder if this was ever winnable at all.
We cannot give up. If we surrender now, we surrender everything we have fought for.
Then comes Saratoga. General Burgoyne marches 8,000 British troops down from Canada. His plan: cut the colonies in half.
We must cut off New England from the middle and southern colonies.
Separate New England from the south.
I will end this war!
The Americans under General Gates stop him cold. 2 battles, 3 weeks. October 17th, 1777.
I offer my sword and my surrender, sir.
Burgoyne surrenders. 6,000 British and Hessian soldiers stack their weapons on the banks of the Hudson River. It's the first time an entire British army has ever surrendered in the field. Ever.
Monsieur, une lettre arrive d'Amérique.
Word reaches Paris.
Très bien, merci.
King Louis XVI has been watching this war. France lost everything to Britain 20 years ago. The French and Indian War. They've been waiting for a moment like this. Proof that the Americans can actually win.
Les Américains tombent pour ne pas les Britanniques. C'est le moment d'agir.
Saratoga is that proof. France officially enters the war as an American ally. Ships, troops, money. Britain is no longer fighting farmers, they're fighting France.
Vive nos alliances!
But while diplomats celebrate in Paris, the army is dying in Pennsylvania. Valley Forge, December 1777. 12,000 men march into an empty field. No shelter, no food. Hundreds without shoes. Washington writes to Congress, nearly 3,000 men are unfit for duty because they are barefoot and otherwise naked. By spring, roughly 2,000 will be dead. Not from battle, from disease. And then someone arrives. Baron Friedrich von Steuben, Prussian officer, veteran of Frederick the Great's army. He speaks almost no English.
Diese Disziplin ist ein Witz. Ich habe keine Soldaten, ich habe Affen. Ihr seid schreckliche
He
Soldaten.
drills the men anyway.
Kaputt! Alles kaputt!
bayonet techniques, formations, how to march, reload, and maneuver like a professional army.
Beweg dich! Wir haben keine Zeit für euer
He
Schwach!
screams instructions in German and French,
Schaut euch an! Ein Schandweg der Disziplin!
The Prussian general is directing us to hold this line. We cannot fail him.
and has them translated mid-drill.
Fight for your wives. Fight for your children.
The army that marches out of Valley Forge in June 1778 is not the same army that marched in. It's something new, something dangerous. The turn has happened. They just don't know it yet.
Zebadiah also fought at Stony Point, known as the Battle of Kings Ferry, a daring nighttime assault led by General Mad Anthony Wayne. One of the boldest bayonet charges of the war, Americans stormed a heavily fortified British position, a morale-boosting victory. For a man from Methuen, this was a world far from home, but he stood his ground, a sergeant in the fight for independence. After the war, Zebadiah returned to civilian life, but like many veterans, he carried the spirit of the revolution with him. He married Susanna Messer in 1775 and raised a large family. But his journey wasn't over. In 1818, at nearly 70 years old, he traveled west to the frontier of Illinois, settling in a place called New Design. New Design was one of the earliest American settlements in Illinois, a place built by pioneers, veterans, and dreamers. Zebadiah lived his final days there, passing away on October 10, 1819. He was buried in the New Design Historical Cemetery, a quiet resting place for a man who helped build a nation. He was pensioned for his service, recognition from a grateful nation. His brother, David Barker, was already a grown man when the first sparks of rebellion lit the colonies. At 44 years old, an age when many men stayed home to protect their farms, David stepped forward. He wasn't chasing glory. He wasn't a boy dreaming of adventure. He was a husband, a father, and a man who understood what it meant to risk everything for the future of his children. He joined the Massachusetts militia, the same system that would later call his younger brother, Zebadiah. Muster rolls showed David serving during the early, uncertain years of the war, the years when the colony's records from his service period align with the militia call-up for the Northern Department, the theater that included the defense of New York and the Hudson River Corridor, the Saratoga Campaign, 1777, the push to contain British forces in Canada. While Zebadiah is confirmed at Saratoga, David's service window overlaps with the same mobilizations. Men from his region were repeatedly sent north to reinforce General Gates and General Schuyler. It is entirely plausible and historically consistent that David Barker marched the same long, punishing roads toward the Hudson Valley, carrying a musket, powder horn, and the weight of a nation's hopes. Were outmatched, undersupplied, and unsure if independence was even possible. By the time peace finally came, David Barker was in his 50s. He had survived the war, something not all men from his company could say. He returned home carrying the quiet pride of a man who had done his part. He didn't seek recognition. He didn't write memoirs. He simply lived out his life in the new nation he helped secure. David Barker's story is a story of thousands of unsung patriots, men whose names appear only in muster rolls and pay records, yet whose sacrifices shaped the birth of the United States. He wasn't a general. He wasn't a legend. He was something more important, a citizen who stood up when his country needed him. And because he did, his children and yours inherited a free nation. Happy 250th birthday, United States of America. Thank you for watching.
250 years ago, a handful of ordinary people dared to dream of freedom. Today, we live in that dream. This is for them. I wake up every morning to a flag against the sky, and take for granted all the reasons why. I can speak my mind freely, I can dream as big as I please, I can raise my family in the land of liberty. I know somebody paid the price for the life I'm living now. Thank God I live in America, where the free and the brave still stand, where old glory waves above us all, across this blessed land. From the mountains to the heartland fields, from the rivers to the sea. Thank God I live in America, and America lives in me. I'm from small town back roads and Friday night lights, from hard work and handshakes and neighbors helping neighbors through the night. I've seen people come together when times were hard to face, and that's the kind of America that nothing can replace. Through every generation, they kept the promise strong. Thank God I live in America, where the free and the brave still stand, where old glory waves above us all, across this blessed land. From the mountains to the heartland fields, from the rivers to the sea. Thank God I live in America, and America lives in me. I'm standing where they dreamed I'd stand 250 years ago, living in the freedom they hoped someday we'd know. And every time I see that flag flying proud and high, I remember all the men and women who gave their lives. Thank God I live in America, where the free and the brave still stand, where the bells of freedom ring tonight, across this blessed land. 250 years and counting, still shining for the world to see. Thank God I live in America, and America lives in me. America lives in me. America lives in me. Thank God I live in America. God bless the land of the free.
If you've stayed this far, please subscribe. Thank you for watching.